It's just one of those days. I couldn't find my earphones and I started this live off muted, but that's just what it is. That is what Potomac has done. Like the video as my intro plays, and we're going to get right into it.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense. Could somebody please make it make sense?
Big moves.
Never emotionally resilient, ever. Know that.
Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dream. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dream. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense.
I help you. You need help? No. Okay.
Wendy took me out. My girl Wendy is back. If that was not a Wendy Williams moment, I do not know what is. I told you guys today was going to be full of foolishness, and I meant it. That took me all the way out. This reunion, y'all, if I tell you that this reunion, we got to start with this. No, we're going to talk about it now. That's going to be my new... We're going to talk about it right now, Giselle. Okay, before we get into all the foolishness, I want to say that I had a very interesting conversation with a Giselle supporter. And we had like a long back and forth. Long story short, we came to a meeting of the minds. We both respect each other. We both like each other. But she did point out some things about my YouTube. Guys, I'm going to start transitioning into different parts of YouTube. I love Bravo. I'm not going to stop Bravo, but I need your help. So I'm going to start putting out content of things I find interesting, hot topics, breaking stories. And because my channel is smaller, what I need from you guys is to click on these quickly. If you don't, YouTube is not going to push it like they push my Bravo content. So it's a free way to support the channel. It would be much appreciated. But let's get into the foolishness. Like, it was a lot. It was a whole lot of foolishness. So you guys know we always start off with the craziness. So I want to start with this picture that I found. You guys tell me who wore it better. Was it Karen or was it Giselle? Put in the comments whether you think it's Karen or Giselle. Giselle makes the show watchable. Okay, so we got Karen. Okay, so Kern looks like she's winning. Oh, we got a third contestant. What about him? Who wore better now? Mine goes I told you guys this show was gonna be foolish. I told Karen then Mims. Oh, the necklace. You okay? All right. Well, Kim's. Who's Kim? I'm gonna be posting a who wore it better probably right after this live on my Instagram. Make it make sense now. Definitely. Let's try to go viral, y'all. I'm gonna post it on my Instagram. As soon as I do, y'all just start tagging away. Anybody you want. Giselle, Rob the Builder, whomever you whoever you want. S, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate it. I can't with you. Mims plays too much. I told y'all, YouTube is my way to get away. So, if I can get one person to say that my channel, turns their smile upside down, or if they're having a bad day and they want some foolishness, you love my content, you guys make me happy. So if anything I can do to make you guys laugh, smile, I will. Thank you so much, T. Bradley, for the super chat. Mims for the win. Autumn, we see each other. Thank you so much for the super chat. Giselle's wanted to say Rob the Builder, but Robin did just get married. So anyway, yeah, we're not playing any games around here. Remember, follow me on Instagram. For real. Follow me on Instagram. We're going to go viral, tag whoever you want. Let's see if we can get Giselle and Candace to see it, because I still want a Candace interview. Thank you, Fire Robin. What did Fifi say? I wasn't ready. Me neither. I'm never ready for the foolishness that you might get. Y'all act like me being foolish is something new. Y'all have been with me from the jump. Y'all know it's crazy. In fact, while we're on here, let me go ahead and change out my thumbnail so more people can know what is given. It's given foolish, and I'm okay with that. Thumbnail has been changed. Let me share it on Instagram, y'all. We might just go viral. Who knows? Let's see. Somebody else was in the comments and they were like talking about my laugh. And I'm like, ask Gabor. Ask anybody who's really been around me. This is me. Maybe not so much at my real job, but any other time, yeah, this is what you get. My sister had to zip me into this. She wasn't ready either. It's all about having a good time, y'all. Just like I said, to all the Giselle supporters, I love giving Giselle a hard time because Giselle is technically like the star of this show. So to whom much is given, much is expected. So let me share this real quick. Let everybody know we're over here being real foolish, real ridiculous. It's it's what it's giving. We got 600 people in here. Let's see how many likes we got. I'm for real giving y'all the show. We only got 200 likes. I'm going to go ahead and need at least 400 likes, y'all. Like the video as my intro plays. I'm just going to share this real quick, and we're going to get right into this reunion because we're here for a time, but we're not here for a long time. So my intro.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense. Could somebody please make it make sense?
Big Mims.
Never emotionally resilient ever. Know that.
Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dream. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dream. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense.
I help you. We need help, no. Okay.
Okay, it's shared. You guys, let's get into it. Let's get into it. I think I got one more. Oh, wait, hold on. I see. Pretty Black Girl 74 says, Mims already has me in tears 30 seconds into the show. Guys, I literally do this for y'all, and it's not even the first, the second, the third. This is me all the time. Let me share with you guys a Who Wore It Better from last season. We got Giselle last season, and let's see. We got Giselle or
which was actually recently, and I had so much fun on that panel. Like, it was just amazing. Right? The thing with Mitt's a real one all around. He's a good person. We speak offline sometimes. I think he's great. I mean, he is an amazing content. If I on a different level, I feel like
this was a year ago.
Come on, would you subscribe to him, guys? Come on.
I mean, I just went to the fabric store and they said you could duplicate it for like $5. So that's what I did. Like, chain and all. No tummy tuck.
So, of course,
I've been foolish. So for you guys who just have subscribed to me, it's only just now starting. It's only just now starting. Okay. On to okay. Let's pull it together, everybody. Pull it together. You wear this. I'm crying. I'm crying. Not you gonna duplicate it. Okay, so this episode. So are y'all gonna be able to take me seriously while we do this? We start off the episode with Candace still giving it to Giselle. And she says that it is a clear pattern with people's husbands. You are not smart. And the first thing I was thinking about when she said that was Nene and Phaedra. You are not smart. You will never win when you play dirty. And Giselle is like trying to keep a straight face. But at this point, she is going to maintain till the end that this man made her uncomfortable. She's going to do it till the very end. And I mean, she's committed. Wendy jumps in with an alley-oop and an assist, letting her know that there is a clear pattern of the things that she does to these people's husbands. It's not you dressed like a... Well, I won the competition for the last 2 seasons. We get to the dwindling uterus. So this is when we hear what she's saying in context. And basically she was trying to say is your dwindling uterus storyline made an appearance. Finally, it was waiting. And we have gone back and forth. The Giselle fans don't like it. The Candace fans do. We're not debating it anymore. The girl said what she said. Some people like it. Some people don't. We're moving on. Andy has now kind of like taken Candace aside and he's like, we're still waiting for you to... I was going to ask what you're wearing, but never mind. Andy is like, we're all still waiting to kind of understand what he did. And Giselle jumps in with, at this point, is semantics. It's only semantics, Giselle, because you made it semantics. This is important. Take me out of this and hear me clearly. If a woman says that a man makes her uncomfortable or made her uncomfortable, she is to be believed. My core issue with Giselle is not that she came forward. It's that she has now apologized for putting sauce on it. That is problematic. That is what lessens the Me Too movement. That is the problem. And, you know, me and that Giselle fan, when we were talking, I was like, you think that I give her a hard time, when in actuality, I just point out Giselle's hypocrisy. You cannot say that a man made you uncomfortable and then have to apologize for then calling him a sneaky link. Which is it? If Giselle had come forward last season and said that Chris made her uncomfortable and she talked to Candace about it and then later brought it up on the show, that'd be one thing. What she tried to do was really on a smaller scale due to Chris what Phaedra attempted to do to Candy. As a man, that could ruin somebody. So I'm going to always call her out. If you are a Giselle fan, I'm not going to stop. It's the hypocrisy for me. But Mia starts interjecting, and what are you here for? Like, this is not your segment. Nobody needed you to interject, Mia. And it's almost like she's backtracking again, because earlier in the season, after everything did not pan out the way that she thought it was going to pan out, Mia then apologizes to Candace and says, I had a whole video about it where she admitted in an interview she reached out to the people who had come up with it and was kind of like, no, I'm not going to try to take this man down. So now in front of Giselle, why are you backpedaling on that? You fully acknowledged in this interview that you wanted no parts of the takedown of Chris Bassett, and you even admitted to lying and said that the reason that Chris looked at her was because she had lost so much weight and she looked sickly and she was just kind of self-conscious, and that Chris wasn't looking at her in the way that Giselle and Sesame Street, Deborah, were saying. So I was here for Candace telling her just to shut up. Don't give her any energy. Giselle and Candace were supposed to have this moment. Mia did not need to integrate herself into the conversation. Period. It wasn't your fight to have. Just saying. So anyway, why Mims do that to Mia? That Mr. Ed freeze frame. I just took a picture. So this was important. This was something small, but these are the kind of things that I pick up on. Mia, you were saying that she took it to another level that she didn't have to. She did not have to do this in this she could have squashed it, and Candace was the one that made it a big deal. But can we not remember that she turned into She-Hulk and really tried to fight Wendy solely based on things that Wendy was saying about G that we later found out were true? Am I missing something, y'all? Like, literally, you literally attacked a woman because maybe I'm in the Twilight Zone. Let me see what y'all are saying, because my mouth dropped. How can you come down on Candace for, in your terms, overreacting about what she did to Chris? What she did to defend Chris. Meanwhile, you physically assaulted Wendy. Mims, you are dropping gems in these jewels. Thank you, Dr. Tiff. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the super chat. Mims, you were fine. Giselle's 5 supporters will be okay by me. I like the Giselle supporters. Like I say, on this channel, we can all have an opinion. Just like today when I did that live about Michael. Definitely, guys, check that out when you get a minute. This was a good live. Definitely check it out. We went in depth on what we found, what might be true, what might not be true regarding Michael. So definitely you will want to check that out. Michael has been, okay. Wait, I got another super chat. You're not in the Twilight Zone, just another day of colorism. Thank you so much, Princess Jasmine from Aladdin. I appreciate the super chat. Look, if ever I do a community post and I tell you that foolishness is about to ensue, believe me. Anyway, off Mia, but I felt it was important to say, because she made some under the breath comments all tonight that I didn't like. Well, Ashley, we get into Deborah. Now, y'all, I think we have really just dug a hole for Deborah. It is what it is at this point. The woman lied. The woman lied, and I think it was at the bequest of Ashley to try to get on the show and also take Candace down in conjunction with Mia, Giselle, Ashley, Deborah. It didn't pan out, and Ashley has now hung you out to dry. I personally watched the clip where she alleges that the voices didn't align, and the voices did. So I will work out a way to slow-mo it in one of my videos this week. I might go ahead and do the Giselle Beautiful Nightmare Part 2 video this week. A lot of people have been asking me about it. I will definitely try to get that done, and I will include in that video the slow motion of Chris's lips. We're gonna take this all the way down and completely disprove Deborah. We're here for the shits today. We are. Real talk too. I'm confused. Did Giselle let him in her room? Who opened her bedroom door? Did she agree to the meeting? If Giselle agreed to the meeting and let Christopher in her room, what part does she own for feeling uncomfortable? Real talk. That's some real talk. Thank you so much for the super chat. Giselle interjected. For those of you guys who don't remember, Giselle interjected in a conversation at the reunion. Candace was upset that Nicki Minaj had tried to put her on the spot. Chris was doubly upset about it. And on break, Chris was talking to her about it. As always, Giselle pulled Chris into that. And then allegedly Chris said, okay, let's go talk about it. So Giselle said the room, and they keep saying bedroom. They shot in a hotel. So each girl got their own room with glam. If it would be as simple as, okay, let's go talk. And once you see that your glam isn't in there, you say, well, let's go talk downstairs, or let's go talk outside, or let's go do something else. There was nothing that said that you had to be in the bedroom with this man alone. And you even said that he didn't say that, well, let's just talk in here, or he didn't try to block the door. It could have ended as quickly as it began. I can believe a single woman with a married man might even just slightly feel uncomfortable, or, you know, in the grand scheme of things, people talk. So if you see Chris coming out of her hotel room, that might have been a story. You guys, I'm a straight shooter, and I'm a realist, and I'm fair. If Giselle had come with that, like, you know, I didn't want anybody to see Chris leave my bedroom alone, that's believable. Just all that he's a sneaky link, and if he was with it, if I was with it, we would have did it. That's the problem. The Happy Eddie comments. Wendy made a good point. The women on this cast feel uncomfortable when men do normal things around them. A smile, speaking, all those things make them uncomfortable. Now people are just coming in. Yeah, we already did a Who Wore It Better, and I won. Just FYI, I won between me, Karen, and Giselle. So, you know, put that in your pipe and smoke it, Karen and Giselle. Okay, we get to Robin doubles down on trying to embarrass Candace. So my thoughts on this are pretty quick. This should have been the moment that Robin decided to apologize and say, I hadn't even heard the clip. Giselle was in my ear. I'm sorry for trying to embarrass you when you definitely spoke up my embezzled hat company. But instead, she says, I don't understand. This is what Robin says to Candace in defense of putting her on blast with that speaker. I don't understand why you get so angry when we bring things up on camera. We are on a reality show, and the expectation is that we do everything on camera. Yes, Robin said this when we all now know that she purposefully does not disclose Juan's indiscretions on camera. Yes, Robin, you're being a hypocrite. For all the Robin fans, it is what it is. I'm going to point it out. You definitely put your foot in your mouth. It did not age well. It is what it is. Andy has to admit that he's even confused. This was funny. In this moment, Robin admits that Giselle nor Ashley have a business. Up until this point, Giselle has not admitted that Every Hue is dissolved, liquidated. And it's a double attack because Ashley also has a company. So when I tried to look up the company, it's this yoga clothing line. She has a Instagram for it. It's called Zingum by Ashley. I don't know. The name of it is as bad. I mean, it's as bad as serving kangaroo at the Oz restaurant. When I tried to click on the link, it said this connection is not private. So I don't know if her company is dissolved too, but thanks for that little tidbit, Robin. You know nothing gets by me. But if it's not dissolved, definitely go out and support Ashley's business. Definitely go support it. But thanks, Robin, for spilling that little bit of tea. If you want some She by Sheree-esque yoga clothing, Ashley is the place to go. Thank you for joining the membership, Autumn. I really do appreciate it. It is a way to support my channel. So thank you so much. We're going to have some good times. Guys, just time is of the essence with me right now. YouTube, I love it. I'm doing as much of it as I can. I have a real full-time job. And even though people don't like me to say the term caregiver, technically I am. So I just, time is of the essence. But I promise my members, we are going to do some members-only lives. Promise you. Candace defends her relationship with Robin. I go back and forth with this because as a viewer, I understand that you have to have relationships with the people on the show. However, Candace, what are you doing? You clearly know that this woman's sole, real, actual friend is going to always be Giselle. She's always going to side with Giselle. Period. Hard stop. That's where she's going to go. So it frustrates your fan base when they see you kind of pandering to the Giselles and the Robins, because we all see that they're not your friend. It just is going to take for you to understand that. But Wendy comes back and was like, I told you when this woman was over here trying to put you on blast that she was not your friend. And even Candace had to admit, yeah, you did tell me that in real time. Tony says the problem with Jizzy and Robin is they don't take onus in the things they do and say. They can never admit they're wrong and just apologize. Tony Henderson, we see each other. This should have been Robin's moment to apologize, and Giselle should have apologized for more than just the sneaky link. Thank you so much, Tony, for the super chat. I appreciate that. I think I got one more. I am Leo Aries says, friends don't put themselves in situations with your friends. Man that will have, okay. Friends don't put themselves in situations with your friends, man, that will have the appearance that something can be misconstrued. I am Leo Aries. Thank you so much for the super chat. But I think what you're getting at is you invited him to do that. If you did not want him in your room, it would have been as simple as let's talk in the hallway. Let's go talk with Candace. I see some ulterior motives with that talk anyway. Thank you so much, Leo. I appreciate that. So they're backstage. G doesn't want to hug anybody. Yeah, G, maybe you shouldn't because you've already hit on the majority of the cast and been inappropriate, but because you're older and not like nobody's interested in you, everybody takes your advances as a joke. But if you actually were attracted to some of them, then I guess you would have been more of an issue. You can hug whoever you want, G. Nobody cares. You can hug them all. You can hug them all. Wait, So we got over 1,100 people in the chat. Where are we on likes? Let's see. We only got 500 likes. Let's do the new like goal to 800. Let's get to 800 likes. I'm giving y'all a full show. And maybe a for real show if I stand up. Yeah. So let's move on. They get into this whole thing of the podcast. And we get Giselle's house, the podcast, her biopsy, and her hysterectomy. At this point, wherever Giselle chooses to live, whatever stuff she wants done to her house, that is all her business. I'm happy that you own a home, even if it's mismatch, even if it's hodgepodge. Kudos to you, Giselle. At the very least, you're not renting a $10,000 a month house and then putting $65,000 in it to fix it up like Mia. So kudos to Giselle for buying, her house and getting a steal. Anything else that comes with Giselle's house, good luck. They start talking about the amount of downloads that they have on the podcast. I'm with Wendy. When Robin says we never even watched the podcast before we decided to do a podcast, Wendy's like, that's not wise. And Robin goes, we're successful. Are you? Because if they decide to get rid of Robin for what she did behind her reasonably shady podcast, are people going to be as interested in what you have to say if you're not currently on the show? Unless you're going to be spilling more tea about your personal life, I don't think so. And if you were going to do a podcast, it would be wise to actually go and see what all goes into making one. Technically, for a podcast, you should be a subject matter expert on whatever you're talking about. Maybe if you had seen other podcasts, Giselle, you would not have said that Houston basketball player looks like what did she say? I think she said he looks like he smells like Black and Miles or something racist, whatever. I mean, Black people can't technically be racist, but you get the point. If you had learned what podcasts were all about, maybe you wouldn't say and do some of the things that you do on your podcast. Oh, okay. That he looks like he smells like fried chicken. That's even worse. Okay, so and fried chicken. Right. When we get into the colors conversation, I'm gonna bring that back up. I think Lala pointed out. I will. Karen stealing people's ideas. I feel like this was Andy kind of throwing Karen a bone because the Grand Dame has just kind of been there. And we don't really see Karen doing too much on this episode. So this was a good moment for her to kind of interject herself. We actually didn't see too much of her on the last episode either. So this was Andy throwing her a bone. It does feel like she takes other housewives' ideas and kind of like makes them her own, but we're not going to get into that. It was interesting that he asked her directly if she had bit off Luann, and she said no. She was more like Carol Burnett. But initially when she said she was doing her show, it was Wendy Williams she was trying to be like. Right. She hasn't said anything yet. Exactly. Karen is just kind of there at this point. So hopefully she gets activated for part 3. But if she doesn't, then she might be not sitting next to Andy next year because it was actually kind of dull from the Grand Dame's point of view. If she did say, he said, well, if there was a fan base for Robin Dixon, what would they be called? And Karen said, boring. I fell out of my seat. That's why we love you, Karen. Giselle, she talks about her hysterectomy, the 8.5-hour surgery. She starts crying and she tells Andy we'll talk about it later. And that's when Andy says, no, we're going to talk about it now. I was here for him finally putting his foot down. He kind of casually touches on the fact that Giselle is not very forthcoming with her life. My question to Andy would be, what's the expectation here? Why must all of the other women give their all, like Robin? And Robin doesn't give her all, but I'm saying the expectation is that Robin puts it all on Front Street and not behind a paywall. Why are you just okay with Giselle consistently never having to address anything real? Is it because you know that she's kind of like a plant? Just saying. Then he doubled down on it and asked the same question that I asked. Why are the other women supposed to be as upfront about their life if you don't have to be about yours? I was really feeling this. I really enjoy Giselle kind of like being put on the coals because he never does that to her. She talks about having a sister. You guys can put in the chat. Did anybody know that Giselle had a sister? Technically, I look like I could be her brother tonight, but did anybody else know she had a sister? Never heard her discussing this woman ever in life. I wonder if the sister just doesn't want to be associated with her like that, but that was very interesting. We've never heard the girls say we're going to call our aunt or anything like that. No. Okay. Hell no. Nope. Okay, so yeah, I wasn't the only one. This was news to me. Breaking news about Giselle. Jason met the daughters. I've said this before. I always say Giselle is a great mom, but it is weird that you just meet this young dude and now all of a sudden he's met your children. As protective as you are of the girls, it makes me believe that the relationship definitely isn't real because she's probably introducing him as a business relationship. Hey, he's going to be on the show with me. It's going to look like we're dating. Y'all know we got to get this money up because y'all are about to go to college and your daddy hadn't paid his taxes. And I don't know if he's going to have the money to do so and help you guys out. I think that restaurant is now a bust. I don't even know if somebody in Atlanta can tell me if it's still open. The point is, I do not believe that this relationship is something real. Just saying. Are we going to get Jason on the show? Of course we're going to get Jason on the show. I told you guys, Jason took pictures with the women that he wanted to at BravoCon, and it wasn't Giselle. He also didn't reach out for Giselle. Giselle told Ashley, who told Luke, that Giselle might be interested. So you are going after this man. It doesn't make sense, y'all. We get into the fight. Now, Peter's relationship with Mia comes into question. Mia can't explain exactly what they did with Peter's girlfriend. Y'all, that's weird. You've said it multiple times. You also were the one who brought it up. This is what I cannot get with Mia. You are bringing all these things up. Clearly, it's for a storyline. So what's the expectation? You brought it up. You should be able to explain it. Hard stop. Let's see where we are on likes. Y'all, so we got 1,200 people in here. We only got about 600 likes. Let's try to get to 900 likes. Definitely hit the like button. It is a free way to support the channel. Andy didn't understand Mia's role in the arrangement. He tried, but you saw Andy kind of just gave up. What do you have on? So for those of you guys who just came in, we did a who wore it better. Me, Karen, or Giselle. Me, Karen, or Giselle. It was a whole thing. We did it at the start of the video. I do not take myself too seriously, guys. It is what it is. It's just entertainment. So, y'all tell me who wore it better. Mine comes embellished. I will be doing a show this Wednesday with Jamie, that's me, Rodney, and Gabor at 1:30 p.m. Central Time on my channel. Who knows all the embellishments and embezzlements I will have on this by then. Who knows? So you will want to tune into that one. It's gonna be no holds bars. Jamie, Gabor, and Rodney, ridiculous. It's gonna be ridiculous. Uh I might get an embezzled hat. The embellishments give custom. Exactly. Giselle wishes. Oh, also, if you're just getting here, follow me on Instagram and Make It Make Sense Now. I will be posting the Who Wore It Better there, and that's when you can tag everybody. It's going to be on my Make It Make Sense Now. Definitely tag whomever you want. Let's see if we can get Candace, Giselle to see it, Rob to see it. Let's just have a good time with this. The money's already been spent, so who knows? Moving on. Mia interjects that Peter slept with Wendy. That's a tired, lazy read. We all know that Patricia is not Wendy's type, and she wouldn't need to sleep with somebody to invest in a business that will eventually fail. What would be the point of that? Andy, you can tell, is getting frustrated with Mia. He's asking her very direct questions that she can't answer. Like, what business was it of yours, whatever business dealings Wendy and Peter had? And she can't answer it. We also get into the fight, and he's asking Robin the role she played in it. And again, instead of Robin apologizing, she wants to try to tell the audience, well, I said more. I really just didn't want them fighting. No, whether you said that or not is inconsequential at this point. You literally did poke and prod to try to get this woman, I don't know, fired. You hate her so much. It was disgusting to see how nobody really came to Wendy's defense. It was really disgusting. We saw some unseen footage. Again, it didn't prove anything. Where Robin was like, you really don't want to fight. And it was a calm moment. But when you juxtapose the calm moment with her recording her, telling her you're gaslighting the situation, you're at fault, all those things, that's why what did not get shown was to no avail. It is what it is. They did kind of get on Karen for not being more involved in trying to stop the fight. Karen does kind of get on my nerves when she's trying to be Switzerland. It is what it is, whether these two women are your friends or not. Once you see that one woman gets attacked, then that is really who you should be consoling, trying to protect. Let me tell you this much, and I don't care if I have some Karen fans in here. The little subtle eye glances that her and Giselle had, like the little things where she gave. I feel like Karen and Giselle play the game because they know that this is their bread and butter. I don't think Karen will go completely off the wall against Giselle. And I don't think that when they do have beef, it's ever really real, because they both know that they've never been able to really pull in this kind of money, and they want to make it last as much as possible. And they like the fact that they are both sitting on the seat next to Andy. I don't care. It's just my opinion. And, I like Karen. I think Karen is funny. I think Karen is the quintessential housewife. She's quirky. I think, she's very put together. I think that she had an amazing glow up. But those little glances that she was having with Giselle, I'm just like, okay, I see that to some level, whether you really truly like each other or not, y'all are comfortable enough with each other to keep y'all's beef going as long as the money keeps coming into your pockets. But moving on. Andy gives us the definition of gaslighting. We get into Rob being aggressive. She is aggressive. It is what it is. there have been multiple incidents that they consistently showed us where Robin was being aggressive in situations that it did not call for. And she didn't get called out for it up until maybe this season when the fans really called it out. And once the fans called it out, that's when Andy and Bravo called it out. And that's a problem. We're asked about Charisse holding back. She never says Charisse held me back. She never says Ashley held me back when I got up in Monique's face. She does not take accountability for much of anything. Giselle tries to justify her defense of Mia. And really, it's as simple as I don't like Wendy. So when Mia hit her, I thought it was funny. And period. That's it. I can't even be mad at Giselle for being honest. She doesn't like the girl, and she was not truthfully upset that she got hit with the purse. So I can appreciate that. When Wendy starts crying, I felt like this was a heartfelt moment from Wendy. Even as an adult, when you were sitting there and you're being filmed and you have somebody who has hit you with the purse, threw something on you, you have another cast member filming you, telling you basically that you're in the wrong. Giselle is speaking under. Karen is your friend. She's not really saying or doing much of anything. And your other friend, Ashley, during the event just steps away, and Candace isn't there to help you at all. It has to suck. So to some level, she's upset, but I really truthfully believe her when she says her feelings were hurt. She tries to explain accepting Mia's apology. That's where the buck stops. You should have never accepted it. If you knew you didn't like her, you can play along to get along, but you didn't have to hug her. You didn't have to show her your vagina. That was on you. I can't, Wendy. That was definitely on you. Giselle jumps in. Well, but weren't you bumping vaginas? That's all I got to say, Giselle. I can't. We get into a colorism, and that's only because of audience feedback. So, guys, that's them saying that when we talk, they listen. So that was pretty good. Andy knows as a white man, he shouldn't lead the conversation. Candace kind of interjects and, leads the conversation and explains that she doesn't feel that any people on the cast were colorist. It almost felt like she was more so talking to the fans. That kind of fell flat for me. I would have thought if you guys were going to have an open dialogue, then you would have pulled something more than Robin isn't called aggressive, but I am. So I'm not going to go too deep on the colorism conversation. I did a panel on it with Layla Lynn, the Brooke Ashley, and Nikki Star TV. That was a real conversation on colorism on Potomac. And whether you believe there's colorism or not, it was a very nuanced, intellectual conversation. Check it out. I'll try to link that at the end of this video for those of you who are catching the replay. Effie says, Wendy was treated horribly this season. She definitely was. And I don't think that the people that treated her horribly, I don't think that their feet were held to the fire enough. Just saying. Before we go on and I drop the link, guys, I have an early morning. So I know you guys like for me to drop the link. We got a couple options here. I can drop the link and, anybody is welcome to come up, and it's literally going to be just one brief statement, or I could do a whole live panel discussion where I drop the link, and that could be on probably Tuesday. I'm leaning more towards that. That way I'm not going to bed too late, and that way you guys can say as much as you want. I think I'm going to go that route. Typically I drop the link. I don't think I'm going to drop it tonight. I think Tuesday would probably be better. I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, the latter. Tuesday. Okay, the latter. Yeah, I'll do the panel Tuesday. Please do. Okay, yeah. I think we could try something new. Cause this show goes on late and then people gotta go to bed and I gotta go to bed. I got job, caregiver duties, you know how it goes. Jacqueline in this weird relationship with Mia. We get into is Sunday rest. Color is his word. Did Giselle have a hysterectomy or a full hysterectomy? Now that I don't know. I didn't know that there were different. I mean, it was you guys let me know. I didn't know that you could have a partial or full. Pretty Black Girl 74. Drop the link Tuesday. I want to join in. That's perfect, guys. I definitely will do that Tuesday. Definitely drop the link on Tuesday. Ashley acknowledges her having at least some form of privilege. I did think that was big of her. A little big, because she did. I don't think anybody wants to jump out on the limb and accuse anybody on the cast of being colorist. I get that, but it was big of her to admit that she does hold some privilege. And they talked about the fact that some of them are raising brown-skinned daughters. So, Jacqueline and Mia's relationship. Jacqueline realizes Mia wanted her, to be the new sweetie. And look, I don't understand why it took the show. Unless Mia literally was not behaving like this, it should not have taken being on national TV to see it, Jacqueline. I like Jacqueline, but to me, I feel like Mia is who Mia will always be. And Mia gives me that she puts on airs of grandeur and that she feels like she's better than people. So it's no surprising that she feels like she's better than Jacqueline. Everything that she said to, belittle Jacqueline had something to do with money. Mia values money, and her expectation is that because now, or at that point, she had money, people were supposed to value her in the same way. And it's just not the case. Tita gets brought into the mix. Now, y'all know I interviewed Tita, and we dropped a whole bunch of stuff. Tita was not to be played with. Tita was Mia's nanny and Jacqueline's sister, and she came out like this.
Receipts? Do I need to bring the receipts, baby girl? Because I got receipts.
If you've not seen my interview with Tita, check it out. I think we just reached over 100,000 views on that video. It was really good. She dropped a lot of juicy tidbits on Mia and the relationship between Mia and Jacqueline, and definitely check that out. Jacqueline calls Mia unhinged. I don't know if I would use the term unhinged as much as liability, as much as fake. I get fake. Mia has a very draggish demeanor. The way she talks, it's very exaggerated. I'm not calling her a drag queen. If you've ever seen like RuPaul's Drag Race, you know what I mean. There is a way that drag queens kind of like saunter and they're over the top. And, that's what Mia gives. I would love to talk to Jacqueline one day about that and just kind of see if there was a change in Mia or not. Mia pulls out a box and she calls it Pandora's box, and Jacqueline pulls out receipts, and that ends the episode. You already said that Jacqueline cheats on her husband with married men. What else could there be? I'm super interested to see what Jacqueline has to say, because what secrets can Mia have left? We know that Mia reupholstered her coochie and whole body redone and was sleeping with G when he was married on a beach in Miami, probably the nude beach for all to see. Like, what more can we learn about Mia, and do we even want to know? I didn't need to know that she had a reupholstered coochie. That was I mean, gonna be doing hot topics. I'm gonna be doing breaking news. I'm gonna be doing stories that I think are interesting. And what I need from you guys, if you see a video that doesn't contain Bravo, I'm gonna be trying to put videos out around 8 a.m. Central every day. It may or may not be about Bravo. Definitely click on it. Like the video. It will help my channel and it will help me grow, because the goal is, I love doing YouTube. I love coming out and talking to you guys. I try my best to be shady but fair. And I need your help to move to that next level. I appreciate all of you guys. We're almost at 27,000. It just doesn't even feel real to me yet. It doesn't feel real to me, but I have a clear path and a direction. And I would love to be able to come out and talk to you guys about hot topics and breaking news. But Bravo pushes YouTube pushes my Bravo content because it does better. So what I need is my other content. So that would mean that my subscribers would need to click, and then YouTube will then push it out. So I'm super excited to where my channel can go and grow to. And I'm super excited that you guys choose to come and spend time with me being foolish like this. I'm tempted to get up, but I think I will unveil everything on Wednesdays live with Gabor, Rodney, and Jamie. It'll be a full embezzled. I love the color of your shirt. This is not a shirt. It's a full-on Blue Man Group type thing. It's crazy. But my sister, the one I've been spending a lot of time with, says she'll embellish it for me. So I think I'm gonna have some of Giselle's catchphrases. Or is Jamal coming? Might make an appearance on here. I'm not standing up. I might give you guys the full thing on Wednesday, 1:30 Central. Me, Rodney, Jamie. But until then, that was the episode. I will play my intro on the way out. Thank you guys for being here. Tuesday, we will do a panel discussion. So if you have some stuff that you have to say, I will definitely make that happen. See you guys later. This was a fool. I'm a fool. I'm ridiculous.
Next time.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense. Could somebody please make it make sense?
Big moves.
Emotionally resilient ever. Know that.
Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things in your dream. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things in your dream. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense.
I help you. You need help? No. Okay.
No. Good night, y'all.